I'm trying to pin something up here. What's going on, everybody? I'm waiting for some people to get in here. I'm trying to go live with, because I got a lot of liberals on my page, so I want to go live. I want to hear what they could think about this situation with, I think it was a 16-year-old teenager got shot by these two white men, ran up on him. I'm just here to ask questions, see what they think about it, and see if I can get an understanding where they come from and they see this. Because on the media, all of the media sources, they are saying is racism. And I'm saying I don't see no racism. But they constantly say they see racism. So I want to know if somebody go live with me and talk to me real quick and see if we could get to a conclusion. Because for some reason, liberals always want to change the damn world, but they never want to sit there and have a live debate where there's more than just that person and them and that person. They always want to just try to keep the conversation confidential. That's not how you change the world. If you believe your opinions are valid, are factual, you speak it on a platform. This is how conservatives are winning. I agree it's murder. I agree with the murder part. But guess what? I'm hearing a lot of racism involved. I don't see no proof of that. They could possibly be racist, but it don't show in that video. So they pushing the racist narrative. I don't see no racism. I see murder. That's pretty much it. And the way I see the whole thing, how it looked like it, how it played out, it played out like it was a setup, like it was staged. As far as the kid probably was jogging, going for a jog or something, and they probably snatched him up, threatened him, scared him, you know what I'm saying, and then put him out to run. And then he went to run and they chased him down, and then they gunned him down. So mainstream media is pushing racism, and that's what I'm combating right now. Racism. I believe it's murder. I believe they should be charged, because that was, from what I saw in that video, it looked like the black kid actually attacked the guy with the shotgun. He attacked the guy with the shotgun. They tried to move the camera to the side so you won't see him attacking him. It looked like he was just jogging. They wanted it to look innocent, but this was something deeper than what it is, which means those guys probably get off. Racism is always alive. Racism is always alive, especially in the people who claiming racism is everywhere. You can't. It never go away. Either the people perpetrating the racism, or it's people out there claiming there's racism every fucking where. You know what I'm saying? And the one that's looking real fucking crazy nowadays is the people that's always claiming racism is every fucking way. Do you want to go live? Do you want to go live and talk about it? I guarantee you probably don't. Yeah, because the left is extreme, man. They all extreme. They all occult. They don't they work together psychologically. They like all in sync. They all have been programmed by mainstream media to be in sync with the same ideas. You know, stop. Look at me. I look like shit. I look like shit. Yeah, but if you can share this, I'm trying to build my platform. Get more people engaged with my content, whatever the case is. I made this shirt right here. Walk away is a walk away shirt. WA hashtag WA walk away. From the liberal ideology. I made all of that. I got Merc. I got all of that. And I'm trying to push it. Let me see if I could add you. I don't even know how to do this, honestly. I never really did it before. But let me see. Oh, okay, that's how you do it. I actually added you. You don't gotta accept it if you, you don't gotta accept it if you don't want. But all right, hello.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
I don't see you though. Can you
Yeah,
see
it
me?
look like it's still loading. No, it's a black screen.
Okay. How are you?
I'm great. I would just I'll actually work overnight shifts, and then
Uh-huh.
I was hearing a lot about this issue with the 16-year-old kid was jogging, and some guys ran up on him and shot him and killed him. And what I was hearing about it versus what I saw in the video, where they were screaming racism, 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 and I just don't see that. I don't see racism. I see murder. That's it. I don't see racism. I
I
understand
see.
racism exists, but I didn't see it in that video.
I just see pure hate, just evil, just hatred. Um, so I know that I don't know a lot about this, um, but I know that it happened here in Georgia, and
Hmm.
I'm furious. I'm furious. If they targeted this young man because he was black, because these redneck backwards fucking people in Georgia are stupid, I'm furious. I'm furious.
Yeah, it's possible that it can happen, and from what I see, um, from what I see for the past 10 years that I've been actually looking at all sides, everything, different types of ideologies. Um, these are staged by a lot of secret society folks that get together in the back scenes of everything, and they do this. Like, think about it. Why did the murderers have a camera? If they plan on shooting to kill anybody, why would they press record on their cameras?
Right. So
Did
I
anybody
haven't
ask
even
that
thought about,
question?
yeah, I haven't
You
even
see what
thought
I'm
about
saying?
that. Yeah.
So that right there alone is what makes me think that uh, it's staged. Because why would a murderer actually have the camera? You know what I'm saying? And then actually give the camera to the police.
Right.
Instead of just terminate the whole phone or camera so the evidence could get destroyed, they actually turned it into the police. So this is stuff people don't think about. When the police, first thing the police gonna say when they pull up to the scene, they want to know if there's any cameras around. They want to know if there's any phones around because of the system that's in these new smartphones. They can actually hear what you're saying even when the phone is off. They can still hear
Yeah.
you. This is a known fact. This has been over 10 years ago. They've been doing this already. So this is a known fact already by the law enforcement. So therefore, how do they not? And these guys recorded the murder. You see what I'm saying? So that sounds like a social engineering thing to me, to where they want to enrage the black community some more. So now, and this is not the only incident I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing more issues with black people getting killed or black people being disenfranchised by the police and doing this quarantine thing, you know, and it ain't just black people. I see white people are also getting targeted too for this quarantine thing, 6 feet distance and, you know, get inside and, you know, wear a mask. I see it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But the media and the internet media are pushing racism. You see what I'm saying? More so than just talking about the issues at hand.
Well, of
They're
course they are.
screaming racism
So the
first.
media, when the media couldn't control us any longer, what did they do? They activated the people against each other, white against
Exactly.
black, male against female. I mean, the
Hmm.
media did this on purpose. They
Yes.
couldn't control us, so they pit us against one another. We are not born to hate. We are not. We're conditioned that way from birth. Everything that we've been taught is a lie. Okay, so I'm 48 years old, born and raised in the deep South.
Right.
Racism was prevalent in my family. It was taught
Hmm.
to me, and it was always like I went to a predominantly white school. Maybe 15 to 20 blacks in my school. Um, but I ran with a crowd that was super uncomfortable with racism. But when
Hmm.
I went home, you know, with mama and daddy talking about it, how do you stand up to that? I didn't stand up until I was, I don't know,
A
30,
lot older, a
35.
lot stronger. Yeah, a lot older, a lot stronger. You can hold your own
Right. And I
verbally.
started looking and I was like,
A lot more
fuck,
confident
I'm
in
colorblind.
your knowledge.
I'm colorblind. I started looking around. No, I don't see color. I don't see race. I see the human heart, and I see the evilness that the mainstream media is trying to do to humanity as a whole.
Yeah.
It makes me sick. I'm
Yep.
glad to see a lot
And
of
you know
people
they're
that
reached.
are waking up to the realities of what they're doing to us. I'm glad to see people
Mhm.
waking up.
Oh yeah, I definitely am too, because I've been in other words woke for over 10 years now. You
Wow.
know, and I'm talking about I voted for Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? Not really knowing what's going on, but looking at a lot of unfair treatment that he was getting as a liberal, a leftist liberal that I was. I started to ask questions like, how could they hate this man? He's saying such elegant things. He's saying nice things, and how could they hate him? And you know, what's going on here? Something that's right. These people can't be that hateful, you know. And I started looking. I'm like, I gotta hear what these people got to say because I don't really know the other side. You know, I don't know what these people saying about him. I don't know why they saying this about him, but I just don't see it. But let me hear them out, you know. And when I made that decision, that's when my whole life was just kind of my whole perspective about politics and things that was happening was just turned upside down, you know, because
So
I actually started to listen to other people's opinions more so than just staying in my own bubble and just saying, oh, they just hate us and not really listening to what they got to say. So now that
we
pushed me to
we
actually
become
doing things myself.
we
Huh?
become a very dangerous society when we just listen to what other people say and we don't do our own research. We become a dangerous society to ourselves and to everyone else. Um,
Yeah.
I voted lifelong Democrat, and I voted for Barack Obama because, yeah, I wanted to see a smart, intelligent, eloquent black man in the White House. I think that's what we needed at the time. Um,
Yeah.
was I duped? Yeah, I think I was duped, and I'm a little bit pissed off at him. Am I pissed because he's a black man and he snowed all of us? No, I'm pissed because he's a fucking evil person and he's
Yeah.
lied to us.
Hmm.
And
That's how I'm
my
upset with him too.
level my level of disgust for Barack Obama goes probably a little bit deeper than others because I'm just going to put it out there. Michelle is a man.
um, I'm at the point where I don't even care. They can do whatever they want to do, but at the same time, they still violated the oath of office. And that's where my most concern come from. You
I
know,
don't
I
know
don't.
that we will ever see justice or in the form of seeing them locked up. I think it's going to be a lot worse than that.
I believe we'll have to go to war before we see that. But
I think that
but
World War
we
III,
see Harvey Weinstein. We seen Harvey Weinstein go down. We seen Jeffrey Epstein go down. You know, we see in a lot of these celebrities being pressured. You know, so we seeing a backlash from us. We're fighting back. You know, and to the point where now there's starting to be questions. I mean, look at Joe Biden's credentials and things. The way that now he's being questioned for a lot of activities that he's done in the past. You know, just like a lot of other people a part of, you know, that pedophile, you know, world, society, a cult, or whatever you want to call it.
do you believe that they're pedophiles? Do you believe that they're baby eating Satanists?
Absolutely.
Because I do. I definitely do. I think
I
that
do.
they are terrorizing these children and harvesting their organs and adrenochrome.
Mhm.
And that's pretty far
Yeah.
fetched for a lot of people. But
If if you are believing in God, then you should also be somebody that also believe the devil do exist, and there are people who worship the devil as their God. I
it
believe that.
blows me away how people can sell their soul. Don't they know what hell is, that it's real? I mean, some people would say that we're in hell on earth right now. Um, I've read the book.
Yeah,
I know how it ends. God wins this war. World War III is going on right now, and it's a spiritual war, and God wins.
spiritual, psychological, yes,
Yes, it is.
and we get
And
and we
it's, I
get and
mean,
we get to be a part of this amazing event.
we're
It's
fighting
an amazing event.
it's electronic warfare, and we're digital soldiers. We're fighting it. I'm crucified because I'm public on my Facebook page, and I'm crucified every day because I put the truth out there. People, they want to hear it, but they can't swallow the pill. Um, all I can do now is plant the seed. And as it says in the word, some seeds will fall on fertile ground and they'll grow. Some are going to fall on rocky soil, fall by the wayside. That's when I
Yeah,
dust when I wipe the dust off my feet and keep moving on to the next one that's willing to listen.
yeah. Well, it, it's
But
sad to
yeah,
say, but
I
it's
want
gonna it's
justice.
gonna
I
be.
want justice for this young man. Those guys that murdered him in cold blood need to be held
Mhm.
accountable. I want to see capital murder charges brought down on them. And
Yeah,
yeah, if we can't publicly execute them the same way that they did that young man, let them spend the rest of their natural lives in prison.
right.
He was a very handsome young man with a very bright future, I'm sure. I cannot imagine the grief that his parents are feeling right now.
Yeah, definitely my condolences to his family and everything. It's horrible to hear something like
Definitely.
that. You know, knowing who these people are, it's like a lot of the times I could just see right through the facade of what they're trying to do. And I ask those type of questions, but I asked before, why would they have a camera out? And the reason why they would have the camera out is for social engineering purposes, which means these people must have power within the system, and they have protection within the system. And there's a good chance they may be able to put up a good fight. But judging from what we've been able to do for the past 3-4 years since 2016, you know, we was able to arrest Jeffrey Epstein, arrest Harvey Weinstein, you know, get these people that's big honcho billionaires, you know, we was able to pressure them into, you know, going down, and we got them. Now, you know, now these guys, they not big fish to fry. So, which means the big guys might just throw them right in jail, you know, and that's where we still win. And hopefully that will influence the other perpetrators, people that like to stage these events and do things like this and try to blame it on racism to stir up more division in this country, you know. But just because it was white guys that ran up on this one black kid, yes, I understand. It looks like it could be racism, but just because we don't see no evidence of racism in that video, but we do see murder, you know, and that's what I like to put out there. Because right now I'm looking at all types of sources, all types of news outlets, and the only thing they harping on is racism. Racism. Joe Biden came out talking about it. Racism. This type of racism. White supremacists. You know, only thing I didn't hear yet, which is I'm sure they probably said it by now, is they are Trump supporters. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's the next line. You
Yeah.
know,
We'll
and it,
probably hear that. We'll probably hear that coming out.
if they didn't say it already, you know.
Right. But I mean,
But
we have to remember that the only way that each state or the establishment can sow discord among us is to scream racism, because people feel so passionately about it. You know, I don't know why. There's so much hatred and anger, and I just wish people would love each other.
and that's what the Democrats want. They want to continue that hate. They want to continue that division because that's what keeps them in power. It keeps the one half of the country in blindfolded, while the other
Right.
half is actually trying to stop them and actually arrest them and hold them accountable. But then they get this side mad and upset, and then they blame it on us, and then now they get in front of them and protect them. You see what I'm saying?
The
And they
black
do it all the
community,
time.
the black community has been fucking persecuted long enough. All of my life, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Not going to say I've never been privy to it or a party to it, because I have. I'm not proud of that.
Okay.
I'm very ashamed of it. But I've seen it. It's
I have a
systematic, and it's
I
time
have a
for it to go
question for
down.
you.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you think that the Democrat Party was the founders of the KKK?
Yes, I do.
And you was a Democrat. Did you know this while you was a Democrat? I'm sure
No.
you do because you said you
I
didn't know
mean,
that while you was a
no,
Democrat. Was something you
I
learned
didn't.
after?
I,
Um,
I mean, I always knew that, fuck, those KKK people are some sick pricks. You know, like who does
mhm.
that? Who the fuck does that? I always knew that, so I never like went on to the white supremacy side, or yeah, no, I never went on that. I was somewhere. I'm not going to say somewhere in the middle, but maybe I was, because I still loved all my black friends, but I saw the persecution. Did I always stand up? No, I didn't. I didn't start standing up against racism until I was in my 30s. Um, no, I didn't
Well,
always stand up.
these people held a certain level of fear of influence around your communities with the people you knew that was into that type of stuff. You didn't want to get involved with it, but they held some type of level of influence, like they had some type of power, even over the
Exactly.
police.
We are controlled by fear. The entire country is on lockdown,
By
terrified of
fear.
COVID, by fear, which is false
Hmm.
evidence appearing real. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
furious.
and yeah,
But
I
yeah,
am too.
as a young white girl, could I stand up to, my uncles, my dad, who were all blatantly racist? No. I was in fear of my own life, in fear of the retaliation from my own family. And that being said, I woke up a few years ago, but didn't start putting it out there in people's faces. My husband divorced me in January. It was final March the 27th. My children no longer speak to me. They think I'm full blown nuts. I've lost my friends, all of my friends. But I stand up for the truth.
Well, you didn't lose friends, you just gained friends.
I gained different
Because
friends. I gained friends of
you gained different friends.
exactly,
Same thing with me. Same thing with me.
exactly.
You start talking against what TV pushing, the TV mainstream narrative. You start talking against that, and then now the people are programmed to follow that as their new laws and their new world, their new utopia. And you talk against it. Then they're gonna look at you like you're the enemy.
Well,
It's a basic fundamental uh, warfare tactic, psychological warfare tactic, and it's
yeah,
still being used today, but it's being perpetrated by the mainstream media,
yes, it is.
and Hollywood, the whole Hollywood culture, and they so for some reason the people on the left just can't put their finger on who's in control. So it's like always a boogeyman of racism. It's never really they know actually who is perpetrating the racism. I know because I was on that side and I actually accused people of racism before. You know what I'm saying? And even though 100% didn't know if it was really racism or not, I accuse of racism just because I'm brown skinned and that person was white.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's not fair either. It's not right. But I wanted them to feel how upset I was, and I wanted them to feel that guilt of being a
Exactly.
white person. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these black folks are using this for political gain. They're using this for uh, energy, powerful vibrations over white people and trying to take over. And now these type of black folks, I would never support. And the reason why is because when they get in power, they will do the same thing to their own people. You see what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
So I don't like those people either. So when you got black folks constantly pushing racism on white folks, on everything they do, everything they see, and they like, oh, you did this, you did that. They're trying to tear you down by guilt and stand on your shoulders. You know,
Exactly.
those are the type of black people I can never support. So me personally, if it ain't all of us in it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not for it.
So
You know what I'm saying? If we ain't all
what are
together,
you
I'm not for it.
what are you doing to help your black brothers and sisters to wake up, to realize what the establishment has done to divide us? I can't
Well,
I
well,
can't get through to a lot of my black friends because they just see my white skin and that I'm a Trump supporter. And I'm just being real with you. I can't get through to a lot of them.
what I do is I'll just talk about what I know they do understand: government corruption. I don't
Right,
mention names because you know why? They don't even know who doing it anyway. They just know it's government corruption.
right,
So I just talk about the government corruption, and after I'm done talking about the corruption, I know who doing the corruption, and then I start breaking names down. I'm like, do you know who did this? No, it was Barack Obama. They're like, no. What? I'm like, go look it up. You know what I'm saying? But at least I got to say what I needed to say first. Because soon as you say that I'm a Trump supporter, it turns them off. Soon as you say I'm a conservative, it turns them off mentally. It's like a key word. You know,
right,
soon as you say you are a Republican, shut off. Conservative, shut off. Or if you say you support Tea Partyers, shut off. Libertarian, shut off. If you're not leftist with them, if you're not Democrat with them, then they're gonna automatically shut you off and they're gonna try to get away from the conversation. This is something they've been doing for years, over and over, over and over and over, and the cycle is over and over and over. At the same time, when they're around their own friends, they always they boast like they know the system's corrupt and they know what's going on, but then they cower out as soon as you start asking questions. You see what I'm saying? So they live off the facade that they are educated about what's going on and who's doing it. But as soon as you pull their strings, that's when they cower out. So what I do in the conversations is I start pulling those strings, and I'll do it with no remorse because of the fact that they got their shield in front of them so bold that you know that they block it pretty much blocks everything. As far as no matter what you tell them, you can show them proof, you can show them everything, and they will still sit there and ignore you. So that's why I just go hard. I go hard. I hit them to the point where it shock them. They got to put them in a state of shock first. And that's what I see. Put them in a state of shock first. Make them take a deep breath, and then you hit them with the facts. Make them look stupid. Embarrass them. I'm sorry. I know it ain't a good tactic for every situation now, but what I'm saying is, I will embarrass them horribly. If people there around, I'm gonna make him look really stupid. He's gonna remember this day, and he's gonna remember certain things I said, and then he's gonna remember he don't want to be schooled like that again. He don't want to be talked to like that again, and then he gonna do some research. I know when I had a discussion with people and they made me look stupid and I couldn't answer nothing, and they made me look stupid in front of people. I went back. I said I don't want that to happen to me again. So I started
exactly.
doing actually start learning about certain things. When I was around my friends and they was talking about the basketball NBA statistics, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Melo is the best. I'm just using that as an example. Melo is the best. Carmelo Anthony, the best. He's better than every. They're like, no, but statistically, he didn't do this like LeBron did. And I'm sitting there like, but Carmelo is the best because I like him. So it's like he's the best. And they sitting there like, bro, he don't got more points. He ain't score more points. He ain't score more steals. He ain't score more. You see what I'm saying? And then
Right.
now
So they
all
come
my
back.
friends
They
laughing
come
at me.
back with some statistics, and you're like, well, shit, I can't. My theory doesn't
I
hold
can't.
water. Exactly.
I'm starting to look stupid in front of my friends. You
Right.
see what I'm
So
saying?
it's
And
hard for
now,
me. It's hard for me to talk about like the social engineering and stuff like that. It's hard for me to talk to other people about that when they haven't done any research and they can't hold a conversation with me about it. Now, if I'm talking to a sports fanatic and we start talking football stats, I may not know
oh,
I can't join in that conversation. I'm not educated in it.
you ain't beating them on that one.
Right. I mean, I'm not educated in it. So I can't come out full force with the adrenochrome and Pizzagate and shit like that to people that have never looked it up. They don't have a clue. So I try to just, I post some truth bombs and hope that it resonates with just one person. If 200 people like a Facebook post and one person sends me a message saying, what's adrenochrome? Then yeah, I'll spend a little bit of time with them. But I mean, as far as arguing with the masses when they're uneducated, it, it's beating the. I mean, it's an uphill battle. I can't. I just can't do it.
I I'd say keep the faith, keep doing it. Because even if you could change the mind of one person, who knows what the potential that one person can do. That one
Exactly.
person may be able to reach 10 people. Now you just passed a message and it just reached 10 times that people. Whatever that guy do that you brought in, that guy that you woke up, whatever he do is because of you. And that's why it really is a powerful thing for you to actually get your voice out there, speak your mind. And even if it's one person you could change before your time comes, you left here with a mark.
Exactly.
And
And
that's what's most important. See
and
me,
that's why I do it. And that's why I do it. If I can just help
exactly.
one person wake up, because I've lost everything. I'm actually homeless right now. Um,
Mm,
just kind of hopping from like my husband divorced me, so I left the house, went over to my parents' house in Alabama, came up here. I'm in Atlanta right now. I mean, I'm homeless because I've sacrificed everything and lost everything and everyone for this movement because people need to wake up, and it's that important to me. I'm nothing. I am nothing. I don't have an ego. I don't. It's not self gratification at all. Um, it's my heart for humanity. People need to wake the fuck up.
yeah. A lot of people on this side definitely sacrificed a lot. As a black person, being like completely shunned out of my own people and culture because of the fact that I don't think like how TV and the mainstream media and the powers that be, how they think. So I've been shunned out, you know, and a lot of my family members block my page. They don't want to talk to me, or a lot of my friends. I've even been dumped by a female before because of this. Got into
So
fights at bars.
So let me back up just a minute because I just said that I have nothing. I'm homeless. My plight still isn't as bad as some people that I know. And I'm still grateful. I'm thankful that I'm here and that I
Mhm.
have what I do have because I still have a lot more than others. Gratitude, gratitude is essential right now to stay grounded and to stay focused on keeping our vibrations high and waking other people up. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, and that's why we are winning the culture war. The thing is, well, while you're out there, you know, reach out. You get go online, reach out to a lot of groups, a lot of conservative groups, right wing groups, and see if they're in your area. Talk to them. Link up. You know, get that companionship feeling again. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you don't have to go back there, but you could always come back there.
Right,
So not I ain't say come back, but combat with
right,
information. You know,
right.
because that's what this is. This is a real mild Cold War. And but they don't understand how serious we are. You see what
No,
I'm
they
saying? A lot
don't.
of them they talk a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand how serious we are. Like I got family members that don't understand. If it come down to it, just because you my family, I probably have to kill you. But they don't know that. They
Right.
really think this is a game. They really
They
think
do.
that, we're lovey dovey. Oh, they playing hopscotch while we out there in the field. Like, are y'all paying attention?
Right.
Be like,
No,
are
this is
y'all paying attention? And they don't understand that when it come down to it, I have a daughter, so if they come down to it, I want my daughter to have a future. And if that means you trying to stop that, not you, but
right.
if it don't matter who that person is, if they trying to stop that, my daughter having a future, or my daughter being enslaved, or my daughter being depressed, uh, I'm gonna have to do what I got to do.
It's
I quite frankly don't care who it is.
right. It's a difficult choice,
You
but
know,
I mean, the
very
people that I
difficult.
love, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going to protect the people that I love. Um, it's just what a
Hmm.
fucked up world that we're living in right now. I'm glad. I mean, I feel special, and I was chosen to be awake at a time like this, and it's my job to spread awareness, and I do. I hop on
You
social
are the
media, and
Jedi.
I mean,
You
that's
are
just
the
how I feel about
Jedi in the face of the Empire.
it. Exactly. It's
That's how it
revenge.
is. It's like with chosen ones, right? Because this is
Exactly.
because I was just talking to my friend, and my friend he got like 5, 6 degrees, and we was talking on the phone. He was like, "Oh, of all of these years, you've been right, and everybody been thinking you crazy." And now he actually see what's actually happening and what's going on. And this
Right.
guy got like 6, 7 degrees from college, and he would never take information from me, somebody who never even
Right.
stepped foot in college. But when
Right.
I did, I was just flirting with a lot of women. But besides that, I wasn't an attendee at a college. I'm just say
So
that.
I'm a high school dropout, but if someone wants to talk about quantum physics with me, come on. Um, I didn't stay in school long enough to be brainwashed. That's the way
Yeah,
I'm going to
but
look
just
at it. So I have a
yeah,
little
but just
brother
think.
that has been in college for 10 years, 10 years, and he is such a leftist liberal. And I'm like, it's because I mean, hell, you've been dumbed down for 25 years in the public education system. Me, as a high school dropout, I don't feel like I got dumbed down.
Well, the thing is, what we know is like it's like special knowledge. It's like the key to the world. Is what we got type of
It's fifth,
information.
it's
You know
fifth
what I'm saying? Because
dimension.
because it don't matter of the level of intellect you have. It's just, are you aware? It's, are you awake? And if you understand, if you know this is happening, then you'll never go back to sleep. you know and that's why
No,
we're winning, because we've been doing this since Ron Paul era. I was on Ron Paul's side. I was supporting Ron Paul. If you know who Ron Paul is, I don't know if you know him, but
yeah, I know.
Ron Paul, Rand Paul, yeah, I was a part of that revolution. You know what I'm saying? I was supporting him. you know Once you are part of the awake people, you're not going to sleep. It's like once you get installed that the American way of life, you get that reinstalled in you, because that's pretty much what everybody need. They need like a flush of the American spirit again. You know what I'm saying? And
I
they
call
don't.
that I call that a celestial download. When you download the truth into your third eye, into your subconsciousness, um,
That's right.
those who know can't sleep. And when you're woke, you don't sleep.
You
I'm
don't
down to about
sleep.
three
They
hours a
don't
night.
understand that. Yeah, they don't understand that though.
No, they don't.
And that's why they like, who voted for Trump? Who did this? Oh, you mean there's black Trump voters? Because they just live in that bubble. Whatever mainstream media, Hollywood culture, Silicon Valley creates, is like that's their whole world. You know what I'm
So
saying?
if
And they
I
think
mention
everybody that voted for Trump is racist.
if I mention that I'm woke, um, I mean the people come out and they're like, "Well, you're fucking crazy that you're saying you're woke." Because that just, I mean, do you ever get that backlash?
Yeah.
Really?
hmm There's people that um they think their work because they're aware of racism. As far as what I'm talking about is my background and my community that I grew up in, which is in New York. Well, I'm not in New York right now. Right now I'm in Virginia, but um, yeah, they think woke is knowing that there's racism out there.
That's
Some
not
invisible
woke.
white man that hates you. They think that's being woke. You know what I'm saying? They like, wake up, brother. There's racism out there. They exist. I'm like, yeah, they do, but they're not everybody. And you can't treat everybody like they're racist just because you think racism is out there everywhere. You
Right.
know, so and they just don't get that. You know, so
Right.
that's why this incident happened, and I made a video right now just to talk about it. That now what I see on TV, they talking about racism, racism, racism. The white guys killed the black kid over racism. There's white black kid, white guy, black kid, white guy. You know, which is completely irrelevant to the whole story. I mean, if you want to get to know details, then yeah, it's important for like FBI statistics and stuff like for what happens. But far as for the people to know, it don't matter if he was black or white. Murder is murder. I don't care if it was people wearing the Klan clothing and they hung the man on a cross or a tree. It doesn't quite frankly matter that the person white or black, because you just get charged for murder. There's people out
Right.
here that don't like me because I got a gap in my teeth.
I think it's
You know what I'm
sexy.
saying? There's people out here, and there's people. Thank you, but there's people out here that don't like me because I'm tall. There's people out here don't like me because I think my lips are too big. There's people out here that don't like me because I'm a little darker than them, a little lighter than them. There's people out here that don't like me for any reason. So I look at that and I look at racism and like, there's no difference. You just don't like me.
Right.
I don't look at
Exactly.
racism and I don't let it tear me down. If somebody don't like me, I'll be like, okay, join the
Okay.
line with the rest of the fucking people that don't like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I move on with the people that do agree with me, the people that do like me, and the people that do listen to me. People are going to hate you for all kinds of reasons.
Exactly.
Don't just feed
Well,
into that.
right. Well,
And that's how I
I'm
look at
going to
racism
follow.
too.
I'm going to follow this story. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what comes out with the investigation, to see if the video that those guys recorded. I mean, that we got to follow. We got to follow the trail. So it'll be
hmm
interesting to see what comes out, because you
I
very
like,
well could be right. It could be social engineering and someone, targeted, um,
yeah. I mean, if you
targeted
look
this
at the
individual.
video, it looks completely staged. I mean,
Exactly.
if from what I saw, you saw the guy running, and the vehicle
Right.
that was in front of them, what got in front of him, got in front of the kid, you know. And then when he caught up to him, the kid tried to run around the car, and the guy got out the car, and the kid jumped and grabbed the gun. And that's when we heard the first shot go off. And he was tussling with him with the shotgun. You know,
So
my whole thing is, if the kid was just jogging and he didn't know anything about these people running up on him, why did he attack the guy that got out with the shotgun?
exactly.
Because the way I see it is they already had a confrontation with the guy earlier on. You see what I'm saying? And maybe the black guy was talking trash back, or they were talking trash to each other, and then they ran up on him like that. But there was confrontation first, because as soon as the guy got out the car, the kid ran and dove over there and grabbed him. It's like he knew he had a gun because it happened so fast. It's like he
Right.
knew he had a gun. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
what I'm saying is, I think they probably snatched him up, dragged him inside the vehicle, talked trash to him, got him all messed up and upset, and then let him out. And then the kid trying to run and get away because he's seen the guns and all of that, right? And then they rolled up on him, and then the guy got out the car with the shotgun, and the kid, he had nothing else but to do. He ain't in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing he could do is try to defend himself. So he grabbed the shotgun and he's tussling with the shotgun. And if you notice, the other guys was getting out the car with the gun. They all had guns. The person holding the camera, you heard a gun in the car, like you heard the click clack in the car with the gun. I'm in the military, 11 years. I've been hearing guns click clack for 11 years. Okay, so they had a gun in the car they was in, and they was considered to be with them, the ones that shot the kid, and they recording it.
Well, well,
So
yeah.
it sounds like social engineering to me. A lot of people can't put this stuff together, but this is why they call me third eye philosophy, because this is
Yeah.
what I do.
Well, I'm glad I hopped on this with you. It's very interesting. I'm going to do some more research. I've not read everything about it. My my brother-in-law, my sister's having a baby today, but my brother-in-law is running for sheriff in the county that I'm in Georgia right now. It's a predominantly
Okay.
black county, and he's a white guy. So I'm going to get his opinion on it later on tonight because, you know, as a law enforcement officer, he should know a little bit more about it, but he's not woke. So I'm going to get his theory on it, and I'm going to start following you on Instagram because I don't think I do. Um, and I'll send you a direct
Mm-hmm.
message after I have that conversation with him. Let's just get his opinion. I'm interested to see what it is, and I am going to do some more research and check into that. I do believe that you're onto something though with the social engineering. Um, yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
young man could have been in that vehicle, and we'll see. No, Lisa, I'm not in Blount
Yeah,
County. I'm in
definitely.
Rockdale County,
Uh-huh.
Georgia.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Well, it was
I'm
definitely
gonna
good
follow
talking
you.
to you.
Yeah, it was excellent talking to you. Great conversation. I'm really glad that I'm starting to meet some more people and discuss these difficult conversations that other people aren't necessarily willing to have just yet. Let's continue to do the work of waking other people up because the truth is out there. We gotta get it out there,
Just
brother.
we gotta be at this time. We gotta get bold. We gotta push. We gotta fight. We gotta push it out there. Even
Yeah,
if it's not you, I mean, you see me, somebody like me who making a platform or whatever the case is, share it, put it out there. Be like, hey, listen, I like this guy. Listen to him, guys. See, tell me what you think. And
exactly,
just put it out there because once them views and stuff start coming, the algorithms take the video and they start pushing it to the front so people can
exactly.
see it. Once they see it, a lot of people are starting to view it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my platform and stuff out there so I can get how I think out there.
Well, I
That's the
think
only way to really change the world.
you're doing a great job, fantastic job, brother. And I'll send you a
I
DM here
appreciate it.
shortly. Okay, have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right, see you later. Bye bye.
Bye. Yep. So that's pretty much what I was saying about the situation. I don't see any racism in that case where the guy shot the 16-year-old kid. Uh, but on the mainstream media, that's all I keep seeing. They're talking about racism this, racism that, racism this. But even in the video, you don't see racism. You just see white guys shoot a black guy. That's it. But they know a lot of black people are sensitive to this idea of racism. So they use racism in every single aspect they can in order to win politically. And they know this is going to benefit Democrats on the long run. Because sooner or later they're going to start saying those guys like Trump, you know. And so therefore black people are going to hate Trump. Those who not awake, they're going to end up hating Trump, not listening to Trump. We already know their game plan. That's why it don't work on us. Most conservatives, we know what's going on. It's either people become conservative, and they end up and they end up learning in the phase of learning, trying to talk to people, and they don't know a lot of the details, about being conservative, and they end up getting dominated in a debate or whatever the case is. But besides that, most of us already know, and most of us been conservative for a very long time. I'd say for 5 years or plus, before the election, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it because I don't know how long I've been on. Let me see. I've probably been on for about over an hour right now. So, because time flies, man, time flies. But this is Movement Ride D. If you want to support, uh, I have a walkaway shirt, that I created. I call it the red, white, and blue American flag walkaway shirt. Hashtag WA, and it said walk away from the hateful ideology, racist, most violent, intolerant, anti-American liberals. Now you got to say all of that before you say liberals, because I'm a liberal too, but I'm not a leftist liberal. So you have to know that us conservative are classic liberals. They were just kind of hijacked from the mainstream media and Hollywood culture. But if you want to support, you could go ahead and purchase this shirt. I will put the link down below. So therefore, you can purchase this, and you see how I talk. You see how I just speak my mind, and you see how I analyze things and I break things down. You don't see everything, but if you go to my YouTube, Third Eye Philosophy, and you see what I've been talking about in the past and how it how it plays out today about a lot of things I was talking about in the past, then you'll know that I'm on to something here. I don't claim to be Mr. Know-it-all, but I know enough. That's what I like to say. And thanks for watching the video. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Make sure y'all share this. That's how we get the word out. That's how we win. All right, later.